Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ahmed Mosaik, and today I bring you Linguista, the project that I have been working on the past year. I'll present you my journey of creating, testing, and developing this application, and I will tell you about the ups and downs I faced throughout the process. Linguista, bringing all together. To start off, the logo was an important, if not the most important part of the whole project. I aimed at creating an educative, fun app that reflected on all age groups. The logo was no easy task, and my friend Adobe Pen had to suffer with me through the design of 10 different drafts till we reached the perfect one. At the end, the logo isn't just a symbol, it is the soul of Linguista, inspiring both the design and the code. The final logo consists of a man and a woman in different colors, and each speaks the word hello, but one in English while the other is in Spanish. The pink and blue colors also reflect the differences, restating the slogan, bringing all together. This project needed to be done perfectly, so I have conquered part by part, 4 parts in total, and started with planning and moved on with creating, testing, and developing. So let's get started. The first phase was the basis of the project. I spent most of my time planning the project, and I obviously had to have a name for the application. And that was the first decision to be made. Linguista, beating other name options like Languager and Pharynx, was the name. But what did it really mean? Linguista comes from the Latin root lingua, which meant languages, and the suffix esta meaning speciality or mastery of something. This takes me to my next point, the purpose. I aimed in my project at developing an application for people to practice their desired language with strangers, in which they have both fun and education. And to do this, I set myself a couple of goals to achieve. I planned to create an application, an interactive virtual workshop, and I also wanted to provide practical demonstration of the application. And I had to set up a plan for the future. The application was my main product, so I had to collect more data and research on the different methods to create it. I spent more than 2 months exploring the different programming languages to code the app. I also looked some ways to create both the front end and the back end. Android Studio, Swift 5, Flutter, Python, Adalo, and many others were possible options, but I also had to consider that I was racing with time. Next, I had also to plan the way I test my product. I decided that in order to create this application, I needed to hear from the potential users. So I planned an interactive virtual workshop, which would consist of 3 meetings with participants of different age groups and ethnicities. I also planned to record the whole workshop, which was for new Linguista comers to see. That's where I chose to create the Linguista YouTube channel and plan to establish my linguist community on the platform. Most importantly, the project needed a future vision, a plan, and to follow its steps, I created the Linguista plan, a 5-year plan presenting the ambitions and milestones needed to be hit each year, aiming at expanding to other platforms and having a larger community. Planning is done, I had to start the work. The app creation process was on 2 steps. The first was the designing. I used different tools and sites so I could create different mockups and wireframes. The decision of each color accent and button placement was crucial, as through the design, I reflected the app, and I wanted to reflect a space where users could safely learn and be entertained at the same time. These wireframes were only visuals and contained no function. That's what we call the front end in programming. And for the final design, I can safely say that I achieved a simple and catchy one. Gray, cyan, and the blue theme, all inspired from the logo. The app now has a look and needs the functionality. To function, I considered my options for the code. As stated before, the options I had were like so. Android Studio and Swift were complicated methods to go on with the app. And Flutter needed at least a year of experience. I needed to create a complete chatting app that supported both Android and iOS users. Fortunately, we have been learning Python language in the first term with Mr. Osama, and I decided to use it and expand my knowledge on it through further research. So, I used Python to create a simple list collection for the user message interaction and inserted this code into a third-party site called Adalo. By that, Linguista was born. You may ask, Adalo? What is Adalo? Adalo is a website that provides cloud databasing service, and it was the main reason for Linguista to exist. Adalo provided more than just a space for my code and design to unite. It also published the app as a progressive web application, which is a new APK format that runs on the user's web browser and is more compatible with both iOS and Android operating systems. Adalo also stored all of my users' information securely in far-away cloud databases. And for me, it provided me with a no-code control panel, which eased the process of developing and editing the application. Not just all of that, Adalo also eased the process of creating a login sign-up system that functions as any social app in the store. You can even retrieve your password through email. Imagine. Moving on, I had the application, but I needed to know how was Linguista doing. So I proceeded to perform stage 3, the testing. The first thing to do was the interactive virtual workshop, which consisted of 3 groups. Each group contained a different variety of ages and nationalities in order to take feedback from a larger sample. However, due to COVID-19 outbreak, all of these meetings were conducted on Zoom. Each one of the meetings consisted of an app overview at the beginning, and then the participants would try using the application, and at the end, they would fill out a response feedback form. All 3 meetings were recorded, and having 90 minutes worth of workshop, I couldn't present them like that. I needed to trim them and highlight the important parts. Here is where my other friend, Adobe Premiere, came to rescue. Developing my skills in video editing, the 90 minutes were shortened into only 10. But I didn't have a platform to share this yet. I created a YouTube channel. The Linguista channel became home for the existing linguist community and a welcoming space for the new coming ones. Containing several videos of overviews and installation guides, the channel provides everything you need to know about Linguista. All you need to do is type Linguista in the YouTube search box. Furthermore, the videos were subtitled in several languages to be accessible by a larger audience. Today, our community joins 120 linguists and still counting. Next, I had to take the feedback and convert it into ideas and theories to develop the application further. After the interactive virtual workshop and the YouTube channel, I had many statistics and analytics indicating the age, gender, operating system, and geography of my linguists. giving me more information to develop the app according to their preferences. But that wasn't enough. I aimed also to consult a professional from a software programming company in Turkey called Boulevard Middle East. I presented him with the application and the suggestion I already got from the users. Taking the guidance, I was put on the track to convert the data and developing Linguista. There were two things mainly developed that were at first seeming not really necessary, but after they were done, they represented an essential part in the app's success. The first was developing the chat interface, which was bland and unorderly, and changed into a more organized and colorful environment for a linguist to use. The second was the flags feature, which represented the flags of the mother tongue language and want to learn languages as graphics beside the user's name. This eased the process of finding partners who want to practice the same language and gave more to the essence of Linguista. Further, it also gave a better look to the application. In conclusion, not only Linguista developed throughout the course of this project, I did too. Learning extra Python helped in developing the application, and it helped in my computer studies for the school. Premiere and YouTube Studio amplified my editor skills, skills that always come to use. I have mastered Adobe Pen on iPad, and digital drawing was never so easy after doing 10 drafts of logo. Adalo introduced me to a whole new experience in programming and coding that would fit to other topics I would use in the future. But other than all of that, Linguista has taught me more than some skills. It taught me that in order to achieve something, you don't only need to work hard for it, you need to want to do it. It also taught me that the best outcome can happen when people are part of it. And that's what's Linguista all about. For the people, by the people. At the end, grazie, merci, teşekkür ederim, danke, shukran. Thank you all for listening, and I would like to advise my fellow grade 11 students that the best way to do to this graduation project is to accept what you have to do and love and enjoy doing it, because it is only with passion and dedication that a great result is rewarded. Again, thank you all, and for more information, you could search Linguista on YouTube or contact me on these emails. You could also see all of the links pasted in the chat of this meeting. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, thank you very much. Merci, shukran. This is the effect of Linguista on me, actually. Well, let's receive some questions and evaluation from our judges, please.
Ahmed, I have to say I'm truly impressed. That was very good. I'm a linguist myself. I enjoy learning languages. And I think you actually took this to a whole other level by bringing people together through language, which was very good. I've just watched your YouTube channel as well, which was very interesting. I especially like the fact that you took the initiative to try out new programs and try different platforms and so on. Okay. With that being said, would you consider going into programming in the future, or what is your plan for the future?
Actually, yes. One of my ideas for my future in the coming years is going for not the main thing as a main hobby, as a main career, but as a side hobby, as coding, because I already know so much in it. And I have ones to back me up. Like I said, the professional who I talked about is actually my uncle, and he has the company. I already took a full course in his company to see what a programmer's life is. So, and I actually think about it. But mainly for now, I think about dentistry, and I think to study here, Saudi Arabia.
Okay, that's interesting. And I'm curious, you say that this is more of a hobby. You know that this is one of the highest paying professions right now.
It can be not only a hobby, but a side job for me.
Okay, inshallah. Best of luck to you. And I think if this is anything to go by, I'm sure you will be quite successful in it.
Thank you very much, Ms. Amina.
You're welcome.
Hello, Ahmed. This is Ms. Salwa. I don't have questions. I'd like to congratulate you on the great effort you've been exerting into this project. I was just checking the link that you have sent in the chat box, and I noticed that the ones under the title "Get the application today" and the ones that app download link are not working. So you can check this if you just need. It says the video not found. So maybe something is wrong with these links. But other than this, great effort. MashaAllah.
Yeah, they're not
Congratulations.
full. I will send it. I will send them again.
Okay,
Sorry for
thank you so
the
much. It's okay.
Yes, Mr. Sari.
I'm really impressed with what I saw, and I have always believed that your mind, mashallah, has great horizons that you need to always go further and discover what you're capable of doing. Never set any limits for yourself and keep moving forward in any way or any channel or even any major or anything that you choose to do. Really, I'm really impressed and well done. And I would like to ask you, are you thinking of keeping this work, Linguista, and taking it to a few steps further and keeping it for the future? Or is it just your graduation project for now?
Yes, sir. I have already had this talk with Mr. Dimitri. He advised me to keep this application running, and I aim to. He told me that we could have it as at least if I didn't develop it further, we could have it as for our this seniors group and the teachers to use it, our local friends, and I aim to. It will, Linguista will be still alive for years to come. And inshallah, if I finish college in 4 or 5 years, I would like to develop it further. It's my plan.
Well, that will be great. I'm rechecking the links on your YouTube channel one by one, just checking if they're working. And so far, I've seen that they are all working well for me. So there's no issues with your videos. I've already checked. You have sent me even earlier to have a look. And I congratulate you for your work. Keep moving forward. Never set any limits for yourself. I know what your mind is capable of. I've known you since grade 4, mashallah. And I wish you all the best in your life, Ahmed.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Judges, if you don't have any questions, please type in the chat box so we can save some time. If you don't type, so you have questions. Ms. Cynthia, please.
Good afternoon. How are you, Ahmed?
Fine, thank you.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to congratulate you for your substantial and systematic presentation. I just look at your YouTube channel and it's working very well. And like what Mr. Dimitri had told you, you have to pursue because you have a great opportunity for this. And you will be successful for sure. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Miss.
Any more questions from judges? I believe no. I would like to add something here that well, Ahmed has been working as my assistant in graduation project class. He's dealing between me and most of the students because I cannot actually respond to 25 students at the same time. So I give him some tasks which he willingly accepted and fulfilled perfectly. I wish he could actually add this to his CV. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right, Ahmed, we are going to move to our